Hello everyone. How is it going? How is it going? Welcome, welcome back to another live stream on Sunday evening. A nice Sunday evening. And how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? It's a Sunday evening, and this is gonna be a chill session for me, and hopefully for you too. Cheers. We'll just wait and see if somebody else joins, and then we'll continue with our stream. So I'm gonna quickly post it on handles. Okay. So, how are folks doing? How are folks doing? How are you folks doing? Cool. So today, what are we doing? Yesterday we did the load of the application, the load of the data into the database, and today we are going to target working on the server side. Tomorrow, I am planning to do a more longer live stream. That is one thing I'm gonna say right away. So one longer live stream because I'm planning to come online at around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and then work through the entire evening, maybe something like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Let's see if 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock is possible. So how do I do the entire day? I'm planning, because today I'm free, tomorrow I'm free. So what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to actually do it on BRB and then go ahead for lunch, go ahead for, like, if I need to take a break or something. I usually take 5 to 10 minutes of break, but it might be a longer break tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see. But I'm planning to utilize my day tomorrow by doing this kind of stuff. Unless something urgent comes up. Like, at least I'm planning to do the entire day stream. Yeah, so that is what tomorrow's plan is. I'm going to put a post on LinkedIn and on Twitter about that. So if anybody is interested, you can drop by and see what I'm working on. I'm hoping, I don't think so we'll be able to complete the crawler. It's a very small application, but since I'm already building on the API side, and so that's why it's going to take a little bit more time. And it's a good opportunity to also learn some rate limiting algorithms and how to implement them. Okay. So we'll see how much we can get done today. And then tomorrow, again, it's another struggle. It's another struggle, right? So let me pop out the chat in here. Let's get rid of that. Cool. So we have everything done, and let's switch to my live mode. I don't have anything super open. That's just a second. Just a second. If I have something super open. No, I don't have anything open. So I can live share, but before that, I quickly want to see if I do share my Windows. Okay, so my desktop sharing is also working fine, and everything is good. Everything is Gucci. We are ready to go. Okay. So everything is working fine. And if we go to localhost 81, I think it was called admin password. Okay. So in here, this is the database that we are going to work with. And as you can see, there's something called categories. Categories is basically the thing which gives you back all the available categories. Sorry, all the available categories. And then each individual categories is having a list of JSON structures, which is having this 5 fields, API description of the HTTPS scores. That is what the entire thing is. So we are going to create an API on top of it, which basically mocks how which basically mocks how this thing was working. And then we are gonna work on the crawler side, which is gonna crawl and then provide the information. Okay. Most likely, I have to stop streaming from Tuesday due to some legal implications. I might have to stop streaming from Tuesday. I'm still not sure how to tackle that. We'll see. We'll see. If during the stream a couple of folks do drop by, we'll have a poll. Maybe I can have a poll which can be YouTube. What about this closed streams? So yeah, I'm gonna quickly start a poll, and if anybody is answering, I'm just thinking about different options. Of course, one of the things is you just simply work on videos, but yeah, I feel this is more natural. Me in a more coding session, this is more natural than creating a video of certain thing. I don't know if people are more interested to look at 2 hours videos. I mean, I look at 2 hours, but general public might not be, happy to look at a 2 hour recorded session, things like that. But yeah, do let me know. Do let me know. Anyways, so API, this is a project that we are working on. This is a project that we're working on. I'm putting the link in the chat. And yeah, so I guess, yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Let me quickly look on my phone if audio and things I find. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Just let me know if it's choppy or something. I don't see any frame rate dropping. I don't see anything happening. So I feel everything is good. So let me just close my phone, the chat here and things like that. And we can get started. So what are we doing today? So if we go to the server side and let's quickly create a virtual environment. So in here, fast API run dev main server. I think that is what I'm looking for. Yeah. And if I'm not wrong, it's 8,000. And there you have detail not found. And I believe the API that I created to test this was hello, no? Okay, man, fuck, I cannot use this, but that's fine. I still haven't fixed my this thing Tmax, but okay. GitHub free API server. Okay. What was the server thing? It's called API categories. Okay. API v1 categories. So you have an internal server error, but that's fine because I can move my terminal to this particular screen for monitoring. We can do that. So it says PyMongo is not. I mean, then people won't be able to see it if I'm debugging something. So that wouldn't make sense, I guess. Okay. So PyMongo is not defined, and what I have to do is pip. So it's not there. It's there. Aha. I know what is the issue in here. So I have to say import PyMongo. Okay. And now, if I say that, it's still an error, but yeah, key 0, we do not find this particular key. Okay. What is the issue? Might find out. What is the issue? What is the database name, first of all? Public API data DB. And in here, this is a database. So can I just return the DB? Will I be able to do that is the question. No, still is a failure. Okay, so built-in object is not okay. So it doesn't know how to do that, but that's fine because one of the things I can do here is none, and I can say print the DB. Okay, now we're talking. And it printed the database connection in here. These are where false, connect is true. This is the database that we're looking at. Okay. So now, what we can simply do is collection. Let's just say categories. Collection is nothing but database of categories. So now if I look at this, does it log something? Why can't it just go on the right hand side? I don't know. Okay. So yeah, so this is the collection that you have, and in here, collection.find. I think this is what we are looking at, and this is the result, and print the result. Okay. Internal server error, collection object is not callable. If you meant to call find many, okay, that is fine. So what we have to do, where is my, so what we have to do in here is Python import Mongo, and by Mongo client of Mongo DB, I think it's root at the rate, sorry, password at the rate localhost 27017, right? And this is the client, and this is public API data. So this is the database. This is the database, and then categories is the collection. Now we want to look at find and modify. What all things are there? Oh, it's just find. So insert many and insert one, but it's just basically find and not find many. So find. You have to give it a filter, which means I want everything. This also returns back a cursor, so I'm guessing I can iterate over it. Iterator is this thing, so print I. It fucking didn't print anything. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, why did it not let me print? I did exactly what I'm trying to look for in here. Okay. So you also have account documents in which you can give a filter and a JSON structure with filter. Okay. Where's find? Fine. Okay. The filter argument is a query document that results in must match. For example, this only matches document that have a key hello with values word. Matches can have other keys in addition to hello. The projection argument. So this is a projection what we see in Spring Boot also. That is, you give an example structure of an object and it figures out with as cursor. Oh, okay. So you find it like this. If a cursor is not exhausted, it will be closed automatically upon garbage collection, which leaves resources open but unused for potentially long period of time. To avoid this, it's best practice to do what is this called? Context manager. All right. It's basically like a try resource and things like that that you do. The music is too loud. Sorry for that. The music is too loud for me, I suppose. Hmm. Stream is going good. Okay. Anyways, okay. So, cl dot find. This is a cursor. So for the in cursor, print. I still don't have anything. That is weird. Is it called categories? It's called categories. The fuck? Can I just do a length on the cursor because it's an iterable? It is not. It's a specific type. So help by Mongo. Suppose it's under collection. Yes, it's under collection. So in here, so deep copy, del, enter, exit. So yeah, enter, exit is for your uh, dunder methods of like context manager, things like that. Allow disk use. Okay. Common distinct explain int limit max. Man, how do I get the data? This is weird. Database or database to get a collection from. Okay. Replace one with options. How do I get the data? Options. Watch. I don't want to look up the documentation. I mean, this is the documentation, right? So I want to look it up in here. So is there something like a query? There is a query. And index used to support the query, which is where you're giving a hint that if you want to use replace one. Fine. List indexes, insert one, insert many, index formation, find one and update, find one and replace. I just want to find something. Find one and delete. Find one. Okay. Get a single document. We can try to do this because we know that there's a single document only. We can try to do this. Oh. So one of the things we can do here is instead of doing a hell, we can do a dir. So now we can see what all things are there. Find I don't want that. There are some true stuff in here. Find one. So there is find and find one. Find. So what exactly does the query is a database? The filter argument is a query document that all results must match. For example, db.test only matches this thing. It raises a type error if any of the arguments are the improper type. Returns an instead of cursor corresponding. Cursors are closed automatically when they're exhausted, blah blah blah. So how you usually do that? You say collection.find. You open up the cursor and it's basically within the context, and you say for document in the cursor. That makes sense. But there's also a find one. Help on function gets a single. All the arguments passed are also valid. So let's do this. So we have the client, we have the database, we have the collection. So collection.find, and this is cursor. Help cursor. I don't want to do that, so I can simply say with. How do you do that? I forgot. cl.find as a cursor or document cursor, print the cursor. It says aha because this is a method call. It didn't fucking do anything. Does find one return a cursor? It shouldn't return a cursor. Yeah, it shouldn't return a cursor. So help. It returns back an optional document type. Okay. So one of the things we can do in here is this collection. Collection.find. This is the doc. I can print the doc. It says none. That's bizarre, man. Like, why is no data coming up? Is my point. This is the categories. So what if I say find one categories, and one of them has to be animals. Ooh, it never said none. No, if I print it says none. Okay. So what do you want? What do you want, my friend? How do you even query this? We are gonna need some good music. Let's go back to the yeah. If it's not Discord, most likely I won't be able to stream. Like I said, there are some legal implications for which I might not be able to stream. I don't know what is this point. If you guys follow, I forgot the guy's name. There's Shriver, who's pretty known in the circle of DSA and system engineering and like things like that. There's also Arpit Bhayani. If you guys follow their post, I think you would know what I'm talking about. So yeah, there are legal implications to certain things. So right now I would not rather go down that path. Okay, so, but coming back to the point, I'm still not sure that why I'm really not sure why it's not working. Not sure why it's not working. By Mongo client. I mean, what if let's just do that. Mongo DB localhost new password at the rate 270017, and this is the client of public API data DB. This is a DB of categories is the collection. Collection is working fine for now. It says categories, so yes, categories, this is correct. And if I say collection dot find cursor for x in cursor print x. What the fuck, dude? It was not working for so long. I suppose I did some stupid ass typo. And how this entire MongoDB, all the libraries work is that I think it's against the specification that if you're trying to connect to a database or a collection which doesn't exist, you still do the operations and you buffer it somehow and keep it buffered. And once you do a flush, if you do some kind of an operation on it, you flush it. So when I'm trying to find something, it cannot find anything. But if I would have said insert something, it would have gone ahead and created the entire hierarchy, the database, the thing. So I made a typo somewhere. I feel. And yeah. So can I just say find one, which is nothing but the doc. And you have the doc. And what is the type of the doc? It's most likely a dictionary, and we are good with that because we can simply query categories now. So we have this, but we also have to do some sort of pagination. So let's quickly open this one up. And yeah, this is the API that we are first working on, right? Yeah, this is the API that we are first working on. Right. So it takes a page, and by default, I believe limit was 10. Okay. So let's make the limit as 5 for ourselves so that we have some sort of, we know how to work with. So page is 0, means 0 to 4. Then it's 1, it means 5 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. This is what the limits are. Well, how do we generate it? How do we generate it, right? Page into limit is the starting point, right? So if I say 1, it's 1 into 5. This is the starting point, which is inclusive. And then the end is just going to be start plus limit. And this is going to be exclusive. And that completely makes sense because let's say for page in one. So let's just talk in terms of 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many pages it's gonna be, so I'm just doing a random thing right now. So what is this? This here is the page thing. So it has to be page -1 into the limit, which is 5. So let's call this the start, and end is gonna be start plus the limit, and then we're gonna take the doc categories. We're gonna say start till the end, and we are simply going to print this guy. Well, did we do that right? Animal, anime, antiware, art and design, authentication, authorization. After that, there's blockchain, and in here there's file sharing, cloud and file sharing. After this, continuous integration. So we have starting from CI. The last one is video. The last one is video. In here, weather is cut off, but I suppose it is not a problem of this. It is a problem of that. Yeah, it's a problem of that. It's a problem of this number of pages. It's not the problem of the maths. So it looks pretty good to me. Okay, so I think it's time. It's time to. Well, this is not find many. I'm gonna have to say find one. This is gonna be the raw data. You can simply, say categories again. The data structure is not the correct thing because the collection is called categories, the key is also called category. Okay, whatever, who cares? So this is the data, right? And let's first simply return the data. And here, and do a pretty print. Okay, cool. Sorry. So this gives this, right? Now we kind of forgot that exactly how this works. So query parameters, I forgot how it works. You simply bind it. Look at that, skip limit. The example that I'm doing right away, skip limit, right? So we are not going to talk about, oh, I forgot the async also, by the way. Because, and I suppose the logs were talking something about it. There was something in the logs about async which I ignored, but okay. So these are async. Okay. So in here, you get the page, which is an int, and I don't want to take a default value, but we can simply say if page is less than 1, return. I think you also have to get a response like this. Response, if I'm not wrong. Is that right? Okay, compile. It didn't complain, so I suppose it's right. So in here, response.status code is, it's a bad request, so you say that and you say no. That didn't complain either. And well, why are we not using Postman? Is my Postman working? Postman is gone. Awesome. So all of my software setup is gone. I'm not just doing anything about it. Wow. So okay, missing this and this. So this is coming from the framework itself. 422. What the heck is a 422 status code? Unprocessable content. Okay. I mean, why not just a 400? But that's fine. Why is Chrome is acting like a piece of shit? I cannot click on the URL. Page is 0 if I say. It's null, but here it clearly says it's a 400 error. We can kind of say status is 400 and message is bad request. We can just say that. We can say that, and it says this, and that's pretty much you have in here. I think in the header, yeah. Oh, it automatically sets it to be a application JSON, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's also serves as data and things like that. Okay, cool. I think we are good in here. We are not doing a lot of security stuff. We're not also doing kind of course things and all of that. We are gonna scrape the APIs from the backend, so we don't want to spend a lot of time there. So if page is less than 1, this is what you get back. Cool. This is also particularly not efficient, and let's make a note of it. This is super shit. So there are two problems here. One, from a design perspective, I am creating the client right in the controller. So technically, I should be having some sort of place where I create a context manager and I would just delegate to a service, and the service would take care of calling the repositories and, you know, calling the client, opening the client, closing the client. From a design perspective, this is shit. Second thing is, on every request line, I am going to create a client, which is not super efficient because technically speaking, the bottom transport layer is going to be a TCP, so it's going to be a three-way handshake and things like that. And if it was a TLS, then it would be a I forgot how many. I'm not pretty good with network stuff. Maybe someday. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very slow thing because physical connections are very costly and it's resource heavy. So this is not particularly performance is not particularly super helpful where you are creating the client every time a request comes in. Ideally, you should have certain database pooling. So I don't know. PyMongo database connection. Really, does it do that? It's supposed to do that. Oh, look at that. PyMongo actually uses connection pooling, caching open database connections to improve performance. And you can configure it by doing this kind of stuff. So you can create the client like this. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that because, but only from design. PyMongo does pooling under the hood by default. So we don't have to take care of that at least. We don't have to take care of that, right? Not this. We don't have to take care of database pooling. We can do some sort of configuration management on the pool, but we don't want to do that. Okay, cool. So you have this, you have categories, you have return data. In here, I suppose what you can do is you can send back a JSON saying data, and in here is the data. Okay. So so let's say limit is 5. Even for categories and for the APIs, everything limit is 5. Okay. Let's say page size. Okay. And this is most likely where you can also do some sort of, you know, pass in a filter where you only get back certain amount of data, but it is not SQL, and I'm not sure how to do that, so I'm not going to spend time right now on that. Maybe can we only fetch the required data set by doing some magic. Well, not really magic, but yeah, whatever. So there has to be some sort of filters which can help you. I'm assuming can help you actually do that. But yeah, okay. So now what you have to do is you have your page. So start is page into page size, right? Is that not it? That is it. And end is gonna be start plus page size, and then I'm gonna say start end. I don't. Okay. So now, if I say page 0, it's gonna be a bad request. If I say no page, it's gonna be an issue. But if I say 1, it's gonna only give me the first part, and it's fucking wrong. Okay, because I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that. And you get back animals authorization. Then you can go up to 11, I think. 11 is data, 11 is weather, and that's pretty much it. So we have kind of created the API which gives you back the information for this, right? Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. What if does the EA take care of this? If I say ABC, okay, it should be okay. So the framework takes care of all these things. Pretty good. Okay, so we are done with this, right? So now I suppose we are done with this. We are absolutely done with this. Almost 45 minutes into the stream and we are done with this. We are so not fucking efficient, but okay. The next API that we're going to target is this. So you're going to pass a page and you're going to pass a category. Pretty good, because you can copy paste these things in here. So what is the date? What is the API? Entry. API is entry. API is entry. So you have this, and then you also have category with the string. So this is that. Okay. Let's also, for now, let's say, doesn't have to be an async because I am calling from here. Get DB. Let's just say get collection, and name is a string, and it should return back. Right now I'm not going to say what's going to return back because it's a PyMongo collection thing. I don't know if it's a type or not, or if it's just a thing. So here so we can take this up. We can say we're going to return this. So we can say return db of name, and that is basically it, right? That's basically it. Get collection categories. Collection is this. Okay. So now collection equals get collection. Have to give it a category. Then what you have to do is collection.find. Here is data. Here is the data. Well, technically this is the cursor. Do we have a count? There was a count document. Do we have that? I remember there was something called count document. If count document. No, my bad, my bad. If not collection, which means collection is coming up as empty, um, we can, I suppose, return this. But here, say, so let's be very, very clear. Add request. Page number can start with, sorry, 1. That didn't work. Okay. Why it didn't work? ठीक है चलो कोई नहीं, we'll type. For now we're just gonna ignore. Okay. Bad, invalid, non-existent, and this is gonna be an F string. Okay. Then in here, well, we have to change this to API's entry. Saying this is missing, that's fine. The fuck? API's entry, page equals 1 and category equals animates. Okay. So it didn't crash, at least we know it's a 200 okay. But if I would say, what's up? This is the problem. This is the problem. This is here is a problem. Why did it not say collection has to be null if you pass the category? Because, oh man, this is real stupid of MongoDB that if you do not have a database, if you do not have a collection, it's just gonna still return you back with positive responses. And if you're gonna do a insert or replace, that is when it's gonna do the flush of the actual operation and create the databases and things like that. Fuck you. Fuck you. How do we even do that? How do we even check if a collection does exist? Well, we have to go and look into the database, I suppose. So Python help. Well, you have to okay. Oh man, I hate. Okay. Code by Mongo. Client is by Mongo. Mongo client. MongoDB. Localhost 27017. We have to give the basic credentials. Okay. And client of public API data DB. This one of the DB. So we can always copy paste stuff now. Thank you. So let's look at all the functions the database has. There's something called create collection. Okay. There's something called draw get. Can you just say is collection? Validate collection. Validate collection. DB dot validate collection. What do you do? Help on method validate. You give it the name of the collection. Returns a dictionary of validation info, raises collection invalid if the validation fails. I do not want that. I just want. What if I say get? Still returns a collection useful for creating a class with different codec options. I'm supposing get collection is nothing but Uh, like when you do a dictionary call, something like this, it's gonna somehow delegate to get collection or the either way, because there's also usually there is a get attribute thing, right? It might use get attribute. It might also use dict. I don't know. It has to use get attribute, right? Because dictionary would give you the dictionary view. It's supposed to return you back to the dictionary or something. And that's what I feel. But can someone tell me why the fuck this library doesn't have a very simple concept? Do I have this object or not in the database? Why does it always have to be that if I define something, it's gonna fucking create it? Why? That's really stupid. It's really time for Google. And Mongo validate if collection does exist. Fuck. Fuck. What the fuck, yeah? You're telling me you're telling me that is not MongoDB created in JavaScript? It's created in CPP, but still a majority of it's in JavaScript. Oh my god, they have cursor rules and all that integrated right away. Just in a second, I think there's someone at the door. Just a second, I'll be back. Yeah, there's no one on the door, but yeah, since I got up, I'm gonna take a quick 5 minutes break and I'm gonna let this sink into my head that you don't have a fucking is present, has, nothing like that. I really cannot believe it doesn't have anything like that. What if I say you have codec options, you have the name, you have the client, you have the document class, you have the TZ aware connect timeout unspecified. How come you don't have a man? This is really stupid. I just cannot believe that there is nothing. I have to do a list collections. Also, why do we have an inner abstraction in here? It's the same thing, right? List collection names, list collection names. Why are you delegating this to an internal thing? I don't know. We have to look into it. But the main thing is I have to say list collection names, and then I have to do like this. Okay. When the dumb gets dumber. Okay, cool. We have to play the game and we have to work with that. I honestly don't believe that nobody even created any issues. You don't have an issue tracker in here. What license is this under? Okay. Never fucking even heard of this. Server-side license. What? Wait, you have... Oh my god, you're integrating with Giraffe to do all of this update read me at the point. So can I search here? Uh, Database check if collection present. Why can't you let me just create it? Why can't you let me just look at it? I understand why. Maybe because I don't have access to it, right? So that makes sense. There's so much of stuff, but not this method. Or am I being really stupid? Well, I'm like Clanker is saying right away that you have to do this. This is what is recommended. This is the most common approach. It involves DB list collection names to get a list of all the existing collections and check for presence of desired collection name. So if I have 1,000 collections in my database and if I want to fucking check if there is a single collection available or not, I cannot do it on the Mongo side. I literally have to get all of those data in memory in my side and then check. Yeah, validate collection, that makes sense. You would just try and validate a certain collection, but you are doing an exception. I do not want to handle exception. I just want to have yeah, MongoDB creates collections lazily. If you try to access a collection that doesn't exist, it will not raise an error. If you create the collection when you first insert a document is exactly what I for checking existence list collection names is efficient. Motherfucker, do you even know what is performance and does this motherfucker even understand that? Like, how is it? Like, am I being really dumb? Is there anyone on the chat right now? If anybody is live watching this right now and understands what the fuck is going on, can tell me that how is not checking this for loop thing, even if you do a for loop on the Mongo side, how is that not performant? And doing this thing is more performant. And also you need admin access, so your your service account might not have admin access in production. So yeah, that makes sense. Maybe Clanker is lying to me. Maybe. Yeah. I really prefer the second method, especially since it also allows me to see if a collection is actually a collection or a view. Okay. Let me first log into this. I hope it doesn't leak anything. Okay, it didn't leak anything. What is it? Cast your board. Shut up. A more complete approach. Connect and all that. Okay, so wait, what? Actually, this is with replication and stuff like that, I suppose. Is it master? You can give it a command that says it's master. Okay. Test if the collection is valid. If collection not in Mongo, you're still doing the same thing, my friend. I understand that MongoDB specification might talk about creating stuff lazily, starting from the database to the collection. But here is my point. How is not having a function on the other side, on the Mongo side, saying, is this collection available? I can simply give you a Boolean of true or false. I'm really disappointed. I don't think so I'm gonna use MongoDB ever again. Just real stupid. I'm gonna give this guy a try because their blocks are really helpful. Okay, you also have a static method, Mongo clients. Get database. Wait a second, this is Java stuff, dude. Wait, what happens in Java? Using a DB class, you try to do something like that. But do I have? Java. What are you installing, by the way? Like, what are you installing? What is the library name? What is the library name? Mongo client. So what's the library? Give me the library name. So can I just look for the raw library? I'm pretty sure it has to be somewhere on GitHub. So I just go here. We are totally digressed right now, but I'm fine because I really want to just see what the fuck is going on in here. Sample app Java, Mflix, Mongo Java driver. I mean, this is what I want, right? This is what I want. Suppose. And what was it called? Mongo database. Okay, I'm guessing this is it. Get registry, get read concern, get timeout with selection. Look at that. Okay, just give me a second. There's someone at the door right now for sure. Okay. So it looks right here the collection name is invalid. It again says get collection. The specific default document class. Run command. List collection names makes sense. List collection makes sense. Create collection. You literally don't have something like has. No. Even Java doesn't have. I suppose it's because the specification doesn't say so. I suppose it's because the specification doesn't say so. Hmm. Fuck you, MongoDB. Fuck you. Sure, I don't want to get into the rabbit hole now. So I'm going to take a quick this thing. I feel also on the data side we have to make a change. We have to make a slight change. And how we're going to do this right now is how we're going to do this. Because the problem here is the keys that we are sending is essentially not the right one. Essentially not the right one. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So that is fine. So we have to make a little bit of change. Okay. So let me quickly make that change, and then we are going to take a break. Okay, so let's go to the loader and fire up the environment in here. Uh, so the problem here is that when we are inserting all of this, we are kind of losing the information about this thing, the collection name and the actual name. We are losing out on that information. So that is pretty sus, and we don't want that. And we don't want that. We just deactivate. Okay, so loader. And I will just activate. Yeah, sorry, my bad. You do an activate in here, and then I suppose what we have to do in here is that we have to generate sort of key and value pairs of all the categories. I just cannot insert the categories in this. I cannot do that. Okay. So what are we doing in here? Here we have all the collection in the categories, and then we just say categories.keys. Okay. So I kind of forgot what is categories. So print categories. Right. Python main, and okay, so you have this kind of stuff where you have I get it. Okay. So you have all the keys in one side, and then you have this thing. Inserting all the categories. So let's do this thing, right? So you first create the collection name. Right. And here, for key in categories dot keys, you say this is this, and I'm just gonna say, I cannot say map. What is a good name? Food. I'm really tired right now, and I don't know what to name it honestly. So I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a string to a string, and the food of collection name is gonna be the key, and let's call it data. Basically, let's call it data. And in here, let's just call it, how do we do that? So data is a list of the entire dictionary, right? So dictionary is a key value pair, and I suppose we can just say, ooh, will that work? I hardly doubt it's gonna work, but okay, let's just see. So we have to clear up the entire this thing, and the easiest stuff is can I delete this? Okay, let's go here. We delete the stuff in here. Public API data TV. Delete that and run it. And that failed. That's fine for now. Did it create anything? It didn't create anything. So because in here that is what it's supposed to be. Wait. My bad, I did it in the wrong place. Oh, apparently the key is not available in the scope yet. Okay, this I don't know what happened, so let's quickly see what happened in there. If I go to categories, it only inserted a list of all this. I do not want that. I want a list of key value pairs, a list of JSON structures, like exactly how I did it in here. Exactly how I did it in here. Right. The question, my friend, is how do we do that? Well, a very simple thing is that we don't need this shit. So it's a list of dictionary of string, and this is this. And in here, we can simply say append collection name to the key. And we have to delete this again and again. Maybe I could have kept a flag which knows when to delete, when not to, but maybe not worth it. Okay, so we have the data load again, and if you go back, go to categories, now we are talking. So you have animals and animals. The reason why I'm talking about is so I know I need to make a call with this. And so another better way of doing this is key is this and value is this. And we can go back to calling this categories. We can go back to all of these categories, right? So now I think the data is going to be in a little bit better structure. Okay. So public categories. Now, if you look at it, each and individual thing has a key and a value. It's a key and a value. And in here, cloud storage. So this is the part that I can display on my client side. But when I'm trying to provide the information to scrape that, I am trying to set this back. So let's quickly do a commit. This is in main.py. Okay, so we can kind of delete this part, right? We can kind of delete this part. Well, now itself, it's not going to be dumping data into JSON. And we should also have JSON where you first have converted the entire thing into a JSON. And then, I mean, we could have just converted it to a string and do that, but yeah, whatever. I don't want to deal with that shit right now. I think we didn't have to dump it to an intermediate file, but it's also easier for us to first look into that if the data was right or wrong, right? So that's one thing. Now let's quickly add this guy and say that, okay, so yes, this is something that I want to do. Change the data structure for storing the categories. Okay, so server deactivate source then activate deactivate. So maybe I should have just created a single this thing, but okay. I mean, I'm still not quite sure. Source and activate fast API dev main. It's called server now. And now if I do and say categories page is 1, it says in console error. Makes sense now, because coroutine doesn't have And coroutine object has no attribute, find one. Yeah, what? Okay, get collection was never awaited. Where is this thing? That makes sense. It's exactly like how you do that because it's an async function, so you have to wait on that. And here also do that. Okay, and if I pretty print this, your data is in this format. So we are still good. So we didn't have to make any changes on the data side. Right. Git add. Why did I delete that? Actually, uh, move the server to main. Just gonna like it's easier to type honestly. Right. So, I don't want to make this particular entry right away, so let's split it. Yes, I want to add this part. Let's split this again. Why is it not splitting? Split is this. Ah, my bad. Why is it not splitting, man? Find out why it's not splitting from here. It should technically split from here. It's probably not splitting because this entire thing is a new hunk. Okay, whatever. Okay. That's fine. So we're gonna take a quick 5 minutes break and we're gonna be back, and then we are going to start working on the API for categories where we are expecting a category back, and we're gonna return back the data very similar to how we did other things. But yeah, now my memory is typing server. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a 5 minutes break to enjoy the music, and yeah, I'll meet you in 5.
must never stop the way, yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone.
Oh my god, I'm really sorry. I'm talking on mute for so long. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so now this is something. You know this is the document, and I know because the data structure is in that way. I own the data. Technically, the server owns the data. So I know that everything is good in here. What I can do is doc data. The data is this. Now in here, how about that? How about that? That seems like a pretty good thing to do. Now, if I do this, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one is resource. The last one is pictures of cat. Let's go to animals. First one is resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. And if you do the second one, it should start with random dog. 2, 3, 4, 5. It should end with information. If you do a 2, yes, so random information. So we are good here. I feel we are good here, right? Um, so the API also is done. I would say I can give in some any other entry, and that would accordingly give that. So authentication stuff. Okay, so we get it back, and then I can give it a page of 20. It's gonna give it back empty. Well, one of the things we do here is that two things we have to do. So data is this. If length of data is 0, return none. We can just return none. But in here, response dot status code is equal to 404. It means it's not found anymore. And in here, if it's found, you can fill in the data. Well, we can copy paste this entire thing, I feel, and just put it in here. Remove that line, and that's basically it. So now, if I go back and hit the same URL, how did that work? Wait, where is this? I did a stupid thing. I know what I did. Yeah, I know what I did. Yeah. Now if I go to network, it should technically give me a 404. And this is where I know that I need to stop parsing or sending the request. So we have completed with our APIs. Look at that. We have completed with our APIs with almost 3 days of effort. How shitty coder are we? Yeah, this is correct. This is a change that we did in both places. Complete the APIs for categories and entries against character. Well, we also have problem in design about not closing the connections, not closing the cursor, things like that. But for now, we're just going to ignore those facts. Okay. For now, we're just going to ignore those facts. Well, yeah, we're going to ignore those facts for now. Okay. We're going to ignore those facts. Meine Freunde. We can put a to-do. We leak memory leak. Okay. Cool. So it's a memory leak, so we gotta fix things like that later on. Okay. So now this API is also done. This API is also done, which means that the only thing remaining is the token URL. The token URL is kind of sus because of the fact that now we have to first figure out how to do this thing, right? We have to figure that out first. We have to store a token per client and make it a TTL of 5 minutes. How about that? How about that? We can do something very, very dumb for now. Let's get things working and do something very dumb. So let's first see that if even what I'm thinking of works like that. Okay. So async dev get what is it called? Server, right? Server dot get, and what's the API? The API is API v1 auth token. API v1 auth token. Why is Siri answering? None. Well, we need the request, which is a request, and you return none. But I just want to print dir on the request. So I suppose let's do that. Let's duplicate API auth token. Okay, it seems to be working. Let's actually know that it's working. So why don't I return this? Bah. The client in here. What is the client? Okay. Hmm. Uh, uh. Shoot. I'm guessing this is a function. Guessing that still doesn't work. Address is not a callable thing. Okay. Is this GitHub? This is GitHub. Okay. So we want to look at request. Maybe this is what I want to look at. Class request. No. This is what I want to look at. So requests, but I want to look at the starlet requests. Is this a library that they're doing? Do you have a requirement? Require. How do you do like this, right? I think there's something called dependencies. Yeah, starlet. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you're importing, you're basically processing the type through your library. Technically, this is where it should go, but you also have an HTTP connection. This is most likely what I need. This is most likely what I need. So, connection, HTTP connection. Why not? Why not? Can I see init? This is init. Okay, you don't. Okay. You don't export that, but we can be a little bit more clever and do it. Uh, from fast API dot requests import HTTP connection. Okay, cool. So abstraction leaked. Thank you. And it's slow down. Fuck. Because why is it doing it here? Did I print that? No, I said okay. So if I say help by default, it's gonna do that. Okay. Okay. Whatever. So instead of that, I'm just gonna say div. How about that now? Will you be happy? Okay. You still kind of have the same thing. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Dir of request. Request is this, and connection is this. Okay. Chat. Do you think it's the same shit? Okay. Jason. It's the same thing, right? There's also something called user. I don't know what is the difference of these two. What is the difference of these two? One thing I can do is so differ is a tool if anybody's interested. It's a text differentiation thing. It's not that efficient, but I wanted to learn the longest common substring algorithm, which is basically used for differentiating between two things and Levenshtein distance. So I just use LCS algorithm to build this. And the source code is where is the source code? Source code is right here. This is the source code if anybody's interested in looking into this. This is a pure JavaScript side thing, but I think there is something called, yeah, there's an LCS matrix, and then this is where I basically try and figure out the difference, character by character. It's not line by line, and then I say, okay, depending on if there's a difference or not, I kind of dispatch a different kind of, not dispatch, I kind of create the HTML differently. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, This one I feel is one thing that we can use, because if you look at it, this is one thing. On the left side is this, okay, and on the right hand side is this. If I say find if, the only difference is here. Literally, they're the same thing. If I just say this, and if I say find if, there is no difference. So the only difference was in here. I don't know what is the difference between these two, then, honestly. But one thing I want to do in here is that connection dot user. What if I just do it this way? I'm gonna quickly stop sharing my screen. I don't know if it's gonna expose my IP. So it didn't expose my IP. Authentication middleware. Oh, that's the principal stuff that gets okay. I don't want to do that. Man, it's, how can I not get where I'm receiving the thing from, right? Okay, I can come back. So yeah, so if I try to do the user, it says basically install the authentication middleware. That makes sense because this is more like a principle in Java. So it's going to automatically, there is some sort of injections going on around here where it's going to automatically set the user to the principal, is what I'm assuming, but that's not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for which IP address made the call and where can I get that information. So how can I get the lower level stuff in here? There's auth, there's base URL, close, form, headers. Okay. Fast API, get client IP address. Okay. Behind a proxy and all that. Export it forward. They might not send it. So you are looking at this. If not, then you're trying to look at here. Okay. There's also one more good thing in here. It talks about an Nginx, and I was thinking if I cannot do, like, if I don't want to spend a lot of time, I can create an Nginx and install a plugin for Nginx which has rate limiting. So Nginx rate limiting for IP. You have something like that. So limit request zone binary remote address zone my limit 10 minutes, rate is 10 requests per second. Server is this, limit, okay, proxy pass is, you are just passing it there, okay. Defines a key thing. We can do that, so I suppose. But no, I when I said I do want to learn about it, I do want to learn about it, right? A request or client should work unless you're running behind a proxy. In that case, use Unicorn's proxy headers flag to accept the incoming headers and make sure the proxy forwards them. I'm not going to go much into details of that. That is correct, but do notice the comment of this thing. I would like to confirm this answer with my case described in here. Yeah. I'm just going to do this for now. I'm again going to so first of all, We don't need this. These are literally the same things. And in here, let's say request client host and request client port. There was also a port, I remember. But here's the thing, I'm gonna hide my screen for a moment. I think you guys can still hear me because my settings is fucked, so usually in hush mode you do not hear me. But yeah, okay. Okay, we should be good here. Okay, so if I hit the API, this is what I get. I get the local address. Thankfully, it doesn't expose anything, and then it also gives me the port number. Okay. Now, where is this port number coming from? It always changes. That makes sense. It always changes. So I suppose one of the things we have to do is a unique identifier for a particular user. A key is your host appended with the port is what I'm going to do. It's most likely the dumbest solution ever, but if it works, right? I suppose we're gonna go with that. But the question now is, how do I even start doing that, right? So we first need a token. We first need a token. Token, which I suppose is another data class. From data classes, import data class, right? And I don't know what to send in here. Any idea what to send in here as a token? So what happens when I Python from data classes import data class class A? I say A is constant. This is a string and B is an int. Does that work? No, that doesn't quite work. Maybe like this. Hey, I didn't want that. I don't want that. Okay. Today is a very silent stream, but okay, that's fine. Uh, mm, so if I just say Python data classes with static constant field, can I have that? You freeze it, okay. And this is this. Aha, you first say this, then you say the other way around. Okay. So class. Wait, we have to say data class class A. A is a string which is hello hello word hello, and name is input. Let's call it input, and let's say define, say hello self, and this return a string, uh, return a plus, let's give it a space, and let's say self in. Motherfucker, didn't work. I suppose we have to do this later. Like this. Ah, it still didn't work. What am I doing wrong here? I don't know. What am I doing wrong in here? I'm not quite sure. So now the error went out from here, but it's still stuck in here. And this is what exactly AI is telling me about. It has to be a class where specific type is there to define a static variable. And you reference it exactly like this. So what am I doing wrong? Class A, this is one of the fields, okay? And why is the syntax error? I swear to God, if white space is a thing. Oh, no, it's not. Thank God, it's not. I put the semicolon on, so yeah. Python syntax is really shit. Sorry to say, for any Python lovers, it's really shit. Number of spaces as your indentation and as your separator is really bad. It's really bad. Specifically when people cannot agree on tabs or spaces, how many spaces to give, how many tabs to give. So, and I have to now align my code accordingly. And I understand, I think the main point was that if it's too indented, it means you have too much of cyclometric complexity and things like that. But maybe you already require that, because even that you can understand with your braces if you create blocks, and you can extract it out. Because even here in Python, I can create a 1,000-line function and not have a huge cyclometric complexity, right? There are two types of complexities, I think. Cyclomatic, not metric. One is cyclomatic, distinct execution path, which means how many if-else for loop is there. There's one more. Cognitive complexity. Cognitive complexity is, I think, I forgot. Mental effort to understand. A quantitative metric estimating the mental effort to understand the code. Okay. Okay. How much is your mental effort you're putting in to understand a piece of code? Pretty high. Uh, you know what? You know what? Since I'm tired, I'm not even going to fight with this. Now, okay, here's a question. We actually have to look into import time. So now what all things do you have? It's a monotonic thing that you have. We have time dot now. No. From date time, import date time. So let's just import date time. Let's first look at this. Do you have anything which can give you an epoch? Okay. No, I don't find anything right away. And this is basically the structures. And if I wonder if this structure is more aligned to the clock structure in Linux. I don't know if it's the same in converts a time tuple to a string. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same in Windows or not, but yeah, there's a weird ass clock structure in POSIX systems, if I'm not wrong. I don't even know how to search for it. Fine. This is not what I'm looking for, not the bash one. Now? No. What's that? Oh, this is not a C function, right? Yeah, it's not a C function. This is the measuring time. So what is the POSIX thing? How do you generally do CS ran sample? Time. What the fuck? Time. Okay. C standard with time and pages where maybe I can also find it, you know. Maybe we can say it's now in 7. This is completely something else, I feel. One. What? Two. Aha, I'm looking at this. And somewhere there is a weird ass time thingy, monotonic clock and things like that. And then you have opaque object. Maybe this is the one that I'm thinking about. I don't know. I never worked with C. I'm not a. What do I look like? I look like a good software engineer that I work with C. No, I don't. Anyways, help time. It's not gonna work because I'm gonna have to import time and help time. So we did not find anything related to epoch. Okay. Okay. And now, uh, the second thing that we wanted to work with. By the way, anyone, if you're watching me live, do you know what is epoch and what is the usefulness of it? Or a different kind of a question. Usually, have you worked with date times and stored your date times in your servers, in your databases, maybe created at, modified at, things like that? And how do you usually do it? How do you usually do it? Anyone who have done it? Well, pop. You have a class date time, and then in here you have a C time. Okay, you have a time, it has a timer, but with tz info equals null. Okay, combine from ISO object from aha, this is what I'm looking for, and this is also a class method. Okay, this is also a class method. No one worked with no one worked with times before, dates before. How is that possible? Okay, representing current local time is something which I don't want. I want epoch. How do you get epoch time, man? Python epoch time. Boom, 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 boom. Why is it not timed right now? And why is it? Hold on. Epoch. There is a single mention in epoch, that's all. And I don't see anything else. Because it's not Go. It's like this. So it gives you a floating point number. It return. Wait a second. Why did it not find? I don't know. Okay. So it gives a current fractions of a second may be present in the system. Okay. So what if I say time? It gives me that, and if I convert it into an integer, it should give me the fraction this part. Okay. Because I can simply do time. That was wrong. Yeah, that makes sense. It's 3939. Of course, it's going to be a little bit different. So what we can do is now is this, and so we can say now dot int of that. So yeah, if I'm not wrong, this part is your seconds. This part is most likely nanosecond or millisecond. I don't know, maybe milliseconds, maybe nanoseconds, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 places, right? Is it not 7 places? It's 7 places. So it's microsecond, or what is it? Fractions of a second may be present in the system clock device. Time unit smaller than seconds in magnitude. Can you give me the Can you give me the? Yeah, microsecond is this, and 9 is nanoseconds. So what is it giving? I suppose it's giving microseconds. Okay. Okay. Now, what I do want to do here is that. What I do want to do here is that I wanna. Oh, I still have to experiment with this kind of shit, right? So let's look at this. We can do some kind of things in here where we can say, can I change this? Why can't I change it? Wait a second. Previously, I was able to change this. Why am I not able to change this now? Sorry. What? Okay. But anyways, so this is a HS256 hash. This is an HS256 hash, and you add both of these together. You do a base 64 and then again do a hash. No, sorry. This is a base 64 hash. This is a base 64 hash. You append it together and then you hash it with HS256 with the particular secret, whatever you're giving. And this is going to generate the token, right? Because if I just look at JW token body structure, this is also to give you. I don't need the book. Can you just give me the web token structure? Yes. So this is the header, this is the body, and it's not letting me change anything on the debugger side, on the right hand side. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's not. Sure. Anyways, so JSON object something header, whatever the name is, JSON object signing and encryption. So it basically gives you an information about what is the type of the token and what is the algorithm you're using to sign it. Then there's payload, which is a body. And then there is, when you're working with JWT claims, you should be aware of claims and types and naming rules and all that. Yeah, so sub is subject, so you are issuing to this particular person. Name is name of the client, admin, true, false. You can provide any kind of information. Generally, this should not be any sensitive information because it's just base64 encoded. So yeah, and this is what you do. You take the base64 encoder of the header, you take base64 URL encoder of the body, you add a dot in there, and you just pass it through the HMAC 256 hash, and you create the signing thing. So that becomes the tail part of it, which is the blue part. That's basically it. That's basically it, my friend. So this is what a JWT token is all about. And because you do a hash, it lets you validate the authenticity of the source of the information that you're getting from the source of the token, and also the integrity of the data. So you can validate two things in here. Okay. And we can look into some libraries. We can just definitely go to SDKs. I'm pretty sure at the top of it would be a Python. But I don't want to use this, honestly. I don't want to use this. So what I do want to do is, let's first close many of these things. I have a lot of things open. Okay, so let's close this. So Python standard library hashing. Do you have any hashing library? It's called hashlib. Awesome. Well, not that. It's called hashlib. So do you have 256 HMAC? You have SHA-256. Okay. So you first say this is the algorithm that you want, this is the message digest, you say this is the update, hex digest, more context. Okay. Can it not do H5? HMAC 256 hash. I don't want to. Do you have HMAC? Wait a second. Where is all the standard library? So maybe if I just go here, HMAC. We have it, which means I can just now duplicate this thing, and in here, HMAC HTML, I can do that. Yeah. Okay, so you have to say new, you have to give it a key, which I suppose is this thing. Key is a bytes or byte array giving the secret. If message is present, the method update is made. Digest mod is digest name. It may be any name suitable to this thing. Okay. Okay, so you first create a state with this, and then you pass it. What? You give an example. Okay, let's see what Clanker has to give an example about. So this is your keys. Secret key encode. Okay. Message bytes encode. So these are all byte arrays, I suppose. Then you say HMAC new. You give it the key bytes. You give it the message bytes. Digest mod is you do a SHA-256, and you generate this thing out of it, and this is a signature. Okay. So you are using the 256 algorithm, SHA algorithm, and you are signing it with this particular secret. That's super easy, I think. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing in here. Right? So the question here is not TTL. Let's just say what is it called? Expiry at, which is an int, okay, which is an integer, and in here I have to say def generate. Does it need an internal state? Most likely not. So I can say here this is a static method. I never really understood class method, why it is used, and what is the difference between a static method and a class method. If anybody understands in the chat, please let me know. In Python, how do you differentiate when do you need a class method and when do you need a static method? And more importantly, like I would understand when to use what if I semantically understand the difference of both the two. Okay, and don't give me the difference that, oh, you pass the class. No, I don't want to do that. I want to understand from a semantic perspective that what is the basic difference of, right? What is the basic difference? Okay, so you are generating. So you have a key which is a byte array and a message. Well, you already have the message inside this thing. Problem here is you always have to pass the key and make sure, but the good thing is we own the piece of code. We, like, even if we don't own the piece of code, I suppose the client needs to pass the correct key to validate their own signatures. Go ahead with that, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so algorithm is HS256 and type is an auth token. I'm just gonna say it's not a JSON token or something like that. Well, technically it's a JW token, but yeah, whatever. It's an auth web token. It's an AW. It's an auth. It's not awk. It's not jot. It's auth. And if I say this is a string of it, does it give me the string? Okay, so it does give me the string thing. So that's pretty good. But it also kind of includes this. I don't know if that is gonna be a problem. Not sure. Well, okay, so aha. So this cannot be this. Not this. How do you use structure? Oh my god, sorry, 9:35 and I didn't see that. Sorry, 9:35. I think I'll log off quickly. I'm just gonna give it a thought about how I'm gonna structure this code and then I'm gonna log off. But tomorrow, if you are listening to me tomorrow, I'm gonna be streaming for quite a bit. I'm gonna try and start streaming at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and keep my stream alive as long as possible. Because most likely tomorrow is gonna be the last live stream of all times. Sorry. I enjoyed this. I mean, whoever joined, thank you so much. It's been like I should have started way before, but yeah, I mean I started, and maybe in the future I continue doing live streams. I now have to come down to the point where I simply record videos and upload. I don't want to do any sort of like 10 minutes tutorials, 20-minute tutorials. There was one person who was telling me about shorts to get views, but I don't know. I feel this is a much more natural workflow for me where I explore something and I keep talking. The more you talk about certain problems, you listen and your brain kind of clicks solutions. If you keep quiet, it's not going to be, your brain is not going to work efficiently to give you solutions. And that is why most of the interviewers, if you're going in an interview for an ADSA round or something, people would always say that, hey, even if you don't know the answer, at least think out loud so they know exactly what you're thinking about and they can guide you in the right place. But anyways, separate thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here. I'm already streaming for 2.5 hours now. I took a 10 minutes break in between, and my brain is kind of cooked right now, and it's not like giving any juice where I can think of what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do it. So I still have to think that who owns what and how you generate the token. Maybe you have a separate class which is a token generator, which generates a token and returns back a token. The token is just a data class. That would make sense because even with the data class, I'm giving it some kind of behavior to generate. So that itself should say that this design is wrong. But we already made a lot of wrong designs in here. We already made a lot of wrong designs in here. Um, I keep saying that I'll try to fix things offline, but I never really got time and I get busy with something else. But yeah, tomorrow maybe we do some good progress and get something working. Let's see. Let's see. Fingers crossed. I'm hopeful for that. But anyways, thank you so much for everybody who joined. Not just today, over the past. I don't know. I started streaming. I started streaming. Look at that. I already did 66 videos, out of which there are two videos which are this, and then other than that, everything is basically a live stream. And I started 5 months back. I started 5 months back. Uh, started 5 months back. There are 470 people who subscribed to me. I didn't see. I thought it's 450. So there are 20 more people who feel that, oh, it's worth it. So really thankful. But I have to stop live streaming for certain reasons. I'm gonna have to, let me see if my Discord still works. There's nothing personal in Discord, so I can quickly open it up. Maybe just to work around, I can still do closed live streams on Discord, but I don't know how much helpful or enjoyable that is, because I know people live stream on Discord with gaming and all that, but I don't know if it's like. Also, I never used Discord a lot. What is pending from my end? I don't know. Acha, Shubham. Who is Shubham? I'll see. Who's this? Two mutual service. Work at Tech Creek. Okay. So did anyone even? Oh, this is Stragger's one. Holy shit! Stragger is live back. He is live. Acha, they're just talking about some games. But I thought Stragger stopped streaming. I thought that. You can check which Stragger. Yeah. Oh no, he's back. Oh my god. I should see his streams then. He is back.
A streamer is a gamer, but with every
Okay. Okay. That's cool. But where is my server? Most likely it's up here. Okay. Hi, bro. Hi. So, I don't want to look back. Can you shut up? Yeah. Okay. So my question here is, how do I even check how many people are there in Discord in my server? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Came from Stream Techno. Okay, so this is Shubham. Okay. Hi. I know this is Mohit. Such secrets, Mohit. I know. Yeah. Like the question is, can you live stream on Discord? Can you live stream on Discord? Can you do that? Yes, you can live stream using cool live features, allowing you to share a screen or specific application on your webcam to a voice channel supporting up to 50 people at a time for free with higher quality, available for Discord Nitros to start, join, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's probably not useful. I mean, anyways, I don't get more than 5 viewers, right? So to think of something, because I really don't want to stop streaming, but I have to. Let me accept this guy. It's okay. Who is B? Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, What is going on in every other place? It's been very long that I GraphQL ecosystem retired. The server is no longer active instead of this. Oh, okay. There's a different Discord server now. But anyways, I think GraphQL. Do people use GraphQL nowadays? I used it with in 20. Um. Okay, so Anthony writes code. This also. So this is a good, pretty fun guy. Soding is, somebody told me on my stream that Soding is profit. He is really, really. Oh, he is live. He is live. Look at that.
A bit slower, and if I got to act. Why is it going to take one? It's okay, it's not that bad.
If you guys are interested in low-level programming or in software engineering in general, which is like real software engineering, well, he calls it recreational programming, but man, I learned 90% of software engineering from this guy looking at his streams. Looking at his streams in the sense I just go through his channel. There is something called Soding, and there's something called Soding Daily. Soding Daily is just an archive of his streams, and then there is Soding where he has small videos. Maybe it's a good idea where I do that. So that would be pretty cool to do. But anyways, still not sure how we're gonna go about. But anyways, right now, the entire thing is that, so today we're gonna stop streaming, and yeah, I'm also part of the Cassandra, which is also, I think, live. Looking for a database architect based in India. Have a good hand in Cassandra. Text me for more info. People are running job searches in here. I mean, yeah, why not? But okay, there's a meetup. Anyways, my point here is that love you, YouTube, love you, YouTube, love you, YouTube. Anyways, okay, so we'll try to think about it. We'll try to think about it. Or otherwise, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm gonna talk to myself and I'm gonna do a genuine video of me doing something for 1 hour or 2 hours and upload the recorded bits, upload the recorded thing uncut. But I would also love to explore the process of video editing. So create small cuts, not from that, like generally have a script and create something and then upload. I would like to explore both. I'm just too lazy to start learning video editing. Specifically, I was not able to make DaVinci Code or DaVinci Resolve work on Linux because of the drivers. And so I have to first work here and record here and then take the videos in Windows on my Windows machine and then do it there. So it's a kind of pain in the ass at times, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, so I'm just going to say thank you everyone for the last 5 months. It's been great. It's been really fun. And I myself feel that I'm getting a little better. So as an example, I was very not comfortable working with Vim as an example. I mean, I am working with Vim, but I never really gave it a try that, okay, I'm going to use it in my daily workflow. That's not completely true. I would do it for small things, like I said, but not for daily things. But I'm giving it a try now, though it's pure Vim, no plugins and things like that. So sometimes it's a pain in the ass with no auto completions or auto suggestions. Or if you are working with a third-party library, I'm still going to use IntelliJ for Java. It's awesome. And since I'm paying for it, I have already bought all the other IDs and things like that. So, anyways, that's one thing. And second thing is I've become more confident in trying to approach a problem. I feel. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing this, but sadly I cannot be doing it live. So no chats, no chats. But that's what the best part about streaming was, like just randomly talking to people and giving Kyan people asking me what to do in life and me saying something, even though I did nothing in life. That's how it is, right? That's how it is. But yeah, anyways, it's already 9:30. Let me just reduce the music a little bit. Okay, it's already 9:30. Thank you so much for everybody who joined. Let me just quickly comment what other shit I have. So yeah, tomorrow I'll try to come as early as possible. Maybe 11 o'clock in the morning, maybe 11:30 in the morning. I'll try to. So tomorrow I don't have office, so I'm gonna take it as just as my job and do this thing, which also means I'm gonna take half an hour to 1 hour of lunch break. I'm gonna take a little bit here. Normally I take 10-15 minutes break here and there, but yeah, I'm gonna go just BRB for 1 hour, go to lunch, come back, things like that, right? Let's see. I'm planning to do that, and we'll see tomorrow. And thank you so much for everybody. If you're live watching right now, consider giving a subscribe if you haven't. Consider sharing the channel with your friends if they are interested in this kind of thing. It would give me a lot more motivation to actually start learning, creating, videos and uploading it, not just doing a live stream. But yeah, thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Thank you.